Hello, my name is Sean Copeland and I'm Chairman and CEO of Regent Bank, and welcome to another edition of Regent Elevate. We're continuing our series on multipliers versus diminishers. And just as a reminder, or if this is your first time to join us, a multiplier is someone who expands and amplifies the capabilities of their organization by using their intelligence, their authority, their ability to make others better. A diminisher does just the opposite. They have that same intelligence and authority, but they hoard it all. They are the smartest people in the room. They are the know-it-all. They don't want you to have any power because that will be taking it away from them, and their organizations do not grow. So we're talking about how can we become a multiplier, and today we're going to talk about the fourth key to being a multiplier, and that is to be a challenger. Now, what do I mean by being a challenger? A challenger asks bigger questions and challenges his or her team to think better and bigger and more strategically. They don't just accept the answer. They don't just tell people what to do. They challenge the people around them to take it to a higher level, and then they force them to do the thinking. They get more out of their people by challenging them. Now, diminishers are, on the other hand, are experts who never ask questions. They don't want to know what you think. They view you as a tool to get their work done, as opposed to asking for your views and your viewpoint to make a better decision. They're know-it-alls, and they tell you what to do. Talented people want to contribute and grow. They do not want to be stagnant. They do not want to be fixed. They want to continue growing. When we're in interviews all the time with a talented individual, the question is always, how can I grow within your organization? And that may mean position, but that could also mean in skills and just developing in general. So a few keys to being a challenger. Number one, don't give the answer. Whenever there is a problem, when something is presented, become a coach rather than becoming an answer giver. Now, here's a problem. That takes more time. So it's a lot easier when somebody asks you a question to just give them the answer so that you can move on. That does not help them grow. Number two, we got to allow people to struggle and grow. It's almost painful at times, but it's a lot like, coaching a little league team. If you went out there and caught the ball for them every time, they're never going to figure out how to catch the ball. They're going to have to miss a few. They're going to have to learn on their own in order to make better decisions and be more strategic. Number three, be open-minded about their solution, and don't be a know-it-all. Just because they say something that might not agree exactly with what you think, don't immediately jump in and tell them they're wrong. Just think about it. They may have a better idea than you have, and they may have a better answer than what you do. So it's very important. There's a concept called a victim and a coach. It's called the victim triangle. And a lot of times what happens is people bring us as leaders their problem, and we love to give the answers because we love to be Superman and help them out of their problem. But the problem is they'll always be victims. They're not ever going to grow, and our goal is to create an organization that runs on its own. This department runs on its own. This area, this market runs on its own. They don't need me to function. I can be there or not, and the organization is running well, but the only way to do that is to learn to be a challenger. So thank you so much for joining us this week. Next week, we're going to do our next to last key, key number 5, which is to be a debate maker. So thank you so much for being here. We'll talk to you next week.